Test.
Take 4. Welcome back to Coffee and Candor. This is Amber.
Ross.
Brandy.
And Chris.
All right, just celebrated New Year's. It is now January 5th.
2024.
So hello. Chris?
What do you mean, Chris? This was your...
No, I just brought us in.
Oh, shit, I thought you were going to...
Yeah, this is your baby. Remember?
No, I didn't know this was
When
mine.
I came in, I said, what are we talking about? We going to talk about bot today.
Okay,
And
so...
You said it with
And you
passion.
pay more attention than I do, so...
So, 2 days ago, Shannon Sharp, on his podcast, Club Shay Shay, which is quite possibly the worst podcast name I've ever heard.
I'll give him that.
He had Mr. Katt Williams on. Katt Williams is one of
Love Katt Williams.
my all-time favorite comedians. Probably one of the most interesting people I've ever seen in an interview. And Katt Williams decided to put everybody on blast. Holy shit. If you haven't watched the podcast episode,
Because apparently it's like a pretty long interview, right?
it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. And in 48 hours of posting, this motherfucker has 17 million views. It's ridiculous.
And I think the reason why is because he brought all the tea and like people that are normally...
Don't pay attention.
Well, no, people that normally people don't like got kind of hardish, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
Well,
because...
and there were people on there in the past on that guy's podcast that were saying shit about Katt Williams. He was like, no, that ain't true. So he came up on there and laid out everyone's names.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
let's
then.
go through just a few.
Well, hold on. But before anybody says, oh, well, Katt Williams, he's just a dumbass comedian and this, that, and the other, it is important to understand that Katt Williams is one of the smartest motherfuckers alive. He's got a legit IQ of 163. He has been in Mensa, that's the genius people, since he was 10.
He could read fluently by the age of 3.
Yeah. I mean, he is legit. He is an intellectual.
He says, in 30 years, I've collected information, knowledge, and your secrets.
Yep. And that's why everybody's scared of him.
Well, I'm just going to first I'm going to read the names of people that he put on blast or had things to say about. And then we can go and we can hit some of the high points of the things he said because some of them were fucking funny.
Yeah.
So first, Kevin Hart gets it like with both barrels. He is not a fan of Kevin Hart, I would gather.
Wow.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Well, he said Cedric stole some of his jokes.
But like I was saying earlier, I've heard that before, that he is known to steal jokes.
Well,
and
not only
I've
that.
heard that before, too.
So in 98, Katt Williams was on some BET comedy
like one of those
showcase type thing. And he did a joke. It was his closing joke. And BET liked it so much that was their commercial.
For that special?
No, for BET.
Oh, wow.
So it was televised.
Uh-huh.
Well, Cedric the Entertainer was there, stole his joke, and used it as his close on the Kings of Comedy.
Well, how are you going to steal a joke that was told on national TV?
I don't know.
Well, and so he goes off on Cedric the Entertainer, Kanye West, Harvey Weinstein. My personal favorite is he blasted Steve Harvey, who I don't know. He just gets the fuck on my
Brandy
nerves.
is like,
He
has
enrages
a
me.
rage on for Steve Harvey.
But, all right, this one, I said I wasn't going to go into what he said yet, but he so summed up what annoys me about Steve Harvey. He's like, Steve Harvey, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not a single one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, but what you're missing is when he said that, he said, and none of them looking for a whatever. They can't but talk good.
He made fun of the way
Johnny Top.
The
Oh,
affect
God.
that he put on his voice was hilarious.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
Well, that's the thing. He's just got that shucky darn I'm a dumb son of a bitch kind of feel, which annoys
Yeah.
me anyway. And then he does. He looks like fucking Mr. Potato Head because his teeth look like you could just clip them out, put them on somebody else, stick them on his ass, put them back. I fucking hate it. It enrages
What
me.
about his mustache? Does it look
I
the
don't
same
bother
way?
that so much.
Okay.
It's
just them teeth.
just
She
them
would,
teeth,
huh?
she would prefer meth mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
he smiles and it's from one football field to the other. It's just like I feel like he's gonna eat your whole face when he smiles, and he's just so shooky darn. I just fucking hate it.
And then now when I say this is what Katt Williams said. This is not what Chris says. He said that his goal was to get as far as he has in Hollywood with a virgin asshole and not sucking any penises.
He said Harvey Weinstein offered to suck his dick in front of all his people at his
I
agency.
saw
I
that.
wouldn't doubt
Well,
it.
hold on now.
I mean,
Harvey
Harvey
Weinstein had a
Weinstein
lot
is
of
a
shit
deeply
going on.
weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
I heard that Harvey Weinstein got girl and boy parts.
I've
Oh,
actually
I've
heard that too.
Actually.
I've
That
heard
he's-
he's
yeah,
a
that he's a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
So which prison did he go to?
I don't
I
know.
think that's an interesting
But
question.
I also heard like his shit's all misshapen and shit. Like,
Well, I can imagine it is. Oh, you mean like his dick?
Yeah.
Shaped like a corkscrew?
know that it's like not
Bicycle
developed
grip.
right.
Yeah.
Like
Like a macro clit?
I think so. Like probably,
Well, them bitches wanted that fucking part. Holy hell.
I guess.
But when
Well,
he said...
think about what all he was in control of. That's why they
Yeah,
wanted it,
everything.
so they could get.
Well, they didn't want it for him.
No.
That is
But
not an attractive man.
when Kat said, without taking it in the butthole and sucking a wiener, he said, because Puff Daddy likes to party, and you got to tell him no.
Oh, Lord.
So Puffy, Puffy wanted to puff on that wiener.
Who was it? It wasn't Puffy. Oh, I can't think
You
who
think
it
into R.
was.
Kelly?
No.
It smells like R. Kelly's sheets.
Oh, my God.
I'd have to look it up, but I don't know what to search for. Somebody was talking shit about celebrities, and on something, Will Smith was backstage, and the guy said he walked into Will Smith's dressing room, and some guy had him from behind.
Cornhole and Will.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like Jada does that to him on the regular.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you seen that picture of her?
No, what?
She looks like a boy.
Oh, Lord.
The last thing I saw of her were all the memes were like she was actually Tupac.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was funny.
And
Yeah.
Tupac was like, there was one where Tupac had this look on his face and he's looking at the camera and he's like, God damn, I can't even die to get away from this bitch. And then there was one where Will Smith was like, I'd kill her. But then she just ended up with Tupac where she want to be.
Where she want to
Yeah.
There it is.
be. Yeah.
Wow.
That's the most recent.
All right.
Wow.
She's like, I'm a boy now.
I'm gonna prognosticate.
she's gonna come
She's
out
gonna
as
say
trans.
she's trans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, she's tried everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I really feel like everything she's said and done is just because she feels like. Well, I feel like even like obviously Will's a bigger star than she is.
Oh,
but it's getting to the point
exponentially.
that so are her kids.
Her son is fucking weird. They need
Oh
to
my
tell
God,
him to
he is
stop
so
wearing
weird.
dresses.
Well, I mean,
And he is not a good actor.
I've never seen him act.
He was
thought
in something with Will Smith.
Yeah,
what was it?
yeah.
Oh,
and-
he was in that one where Will
The
Smith.
space movie.
No.
Earth. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
Earth.
it was like a space.
The one
thing.
I'm talking about was when he was little. and it was
After Earth. And that
Yeah,
what it
It
was?
was the
I think that
one
was
where
it,
Will
yeah.
Smith, like, it was a rags to riches story.
Oh, he was a
Oh,
teenager.
you're talking about
I can't think of the
Oh,
name.
yeah. I know what
John,
you're talking about.
not John Q. Public.
No.
No.
Not 7 Pounds. It was the one where he
What's
was
his
homeless and he got a
son's
job
name?
as
Yeah.
like a stock trader or something like that.
What's his son's name?
Well, there's one's name is Trey, I thought.
Yeah, not the oldest one.
That's the oldest.
Yeah, that's got.
Willow is the girl.
Willow's
Willow
the girl. She's like,
and-
my hair, whip my hair.
Yeah, with
Let's see,
with
But
her
now I
hair back
did like
in.
that one song she did that went
So-
viral on TikTok, but I didn't like the single version. I like the TikTok version.
Jaden.
Jaden. That's right. Jada and
Jaden. Yeah.
I will say this about Jada. Her shit with her band Wicked Wisdom.
Oh, I liked Wicked Wisdom.
That's good.
I hadn't
I
heard
don't
of
even
that.
know anything about that.
Oh,
You are
you will
missing
be
out.
shocked.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Is-
wasn't she in Jason's Lyric? Wasn't that her?
I don't know, but Wicked Wisdom is banned.
I know, but I'm thinking about that because I liked that movie back in the day.
Jason's Lyric?
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
It came out about the
was
same time.
She was in Menace to Society.
What's the one that Boys in the Hood? It came out around that same time.
It was Menace to Society. Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society came out at the same time. Right.
This is the one where he got gunned down.
Pick one.
I would,
Yeah, you're
I,
not
I would
helping.
like an
That-
Oscar for that. But
That's, I mean,
Well, if we knew which movie you were reenacting,
like
we
like
might-
Ice Cube wrote Boys in the Hood, right? He
Yeah.
wrote and started it.
this is the one. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay. Menace to Society is the other one. And
Because the one I'm thinking of, they were all just like neighborhood kids, and they slowly watched as everything went to shit because they got mixed up in drugs and shit and gangs.
well, that's kind of Menace to Society too.
Too.
Well, but Menace to Society, they start out and they're already
No, this
in the
was
life.
like they're these neighborhood kids,
Mm-hmm.
and as they grow up, and
The Pursuit of Happiness.
that's the one. And because wasn't there
That was the other movie we were talking about
Wasn't
like
that-
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Had to look it up.
Boys in the Hood, wasn't that where one of them was kind of stayed straight and was always trying to get to the others? But I've seen some damn many movies. I mean, that was
I
only
don't know.
30 years ago.
I've seen Boys in the Hood once. I've seen Menace to Society like 3 times.
I think I've only seen it once because it was really sad. It made me cry, and I won't revisit those. Like Titanic, I'll never see again.
Right. But
I still can't get past those old people where they laid down to die.
oh yeah.
Titanic was kind of a letdown. I thought the ship was going to make it.
You're such a dumbass.
I'm still waiting for the sequel.
yeah.
But
Damn.
yeah, like all of it. I don't. A lot of the things about Titanic that were supposed to like get you didn't get me, but those old people that lay down in that bed
I know, and they
Oh,
just
yeah, that
held
was
each
kinda-
other.
yeah,
oh,
no,
Oh,
that
fuck,
broke
that
my-
fucked me up.
and those that mother and her children.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, and that the guy that was playing an instrument while they were loading the
Yeah,
lifeboats
and that was
all,
really true.
That was actually true. I
he
saw
did
a thing.
play while the
He did.
Titanic sank, trying to calm people down.
Mm-hmm.
That is a stone cold
Yeah, that's-
you got nerves of steel right there.
Yeah, you have made peace with what's
Well,
about to happen.
To
Yeah.
be fair,
Because I'd
in
be
the thing-
swimming like I was the third lion, and they just closed the door of the ark.
Well, to be fair, in the thing where they, explained how it was actually real and all that, they said he had a couple of pretty stiff drinks. Well, what they showed was like,
Well,
not talking shots.
Because here's the thing, you're not just facing imminent death. You're facing a pretty
Pretty
Awful.
gnarly. Wait, yeah, freezing to death.
freezing to death or drowning. Which one's going to get me first,
Yeah,
oh, I'd rather freeze to death.
I think I'd rather freeze to death.
I don't know. Drowning would be. They say drowning, like your blood, your brain releases something at the end that. Like,
I've had
pisses
asthma
you
attacks
out.
before, and that
Okay.
not being able
I'll give you that.
to get air in your lungs is
It's such
the
a
most
panic.
frightening thing.
Yeah. And a second can feel like an hour, in that kind of fear. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But man, back to Katt Williams.
Yeah, we strayed far from the mark.
Oh,
That never happens.
speaking of Katt Williams, because I was just thinking, I'm going to put when I post this, I'm putting hashtag Shannon Sharp, hashtag Club Shay Shay, hashtag every fucking thing I can think of, hashtag Katt
Hashtag every
Williams.
celebrity that talked about.
That's right. You damn right. I've started putting hashtag Joe Rogan on.
Is that like okay? Like I feel like that's
That's why I'm like,
what
you're not
is-
even talking about Joe
Have
Rogan.
you
I mean,
looked at
now we're
TikTok?
talking about Joe Rogan, so it's okay.
okay.
Have
Okay.
you looked at TikTok?
TikTok.
no. I know you do.
What
look
is
at
TikTok?
shut
What
up.
is TikTok?
Never mind.
TikTok is Ross's favorite website.
God dang.
but no, here-
people hashtag everything
Well,
on
but
TikTok.
here's
Yeah.
the thing. Number one, I don't have to talk about him to fucking hashtag his shit. Number two, Joe Rogan has the biggest. This is this
absolutely.
isn't conjecture. This is real. Has the biggest podcast audience
Oh, yeah.
in the world.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't hurting for money. I'm not taking any traffic from him.
I've watched a bunch of his podcasts. Now, there's some, I pull them up and I'm like,
I watch-
yeah, that just doesn't sound
I
interesting.
watch clips, but man, I'm not gonna sit down and watch it.
Yeah, I
fucking
watch
2.5
some-
hours.
There's some of them I've watched
He
the whole
does,
damn
and
thing, and
it's
it's
like-
interesting.
Damn.
My attention span
my
is not
ass.
good enough to watch no 2.5 hours of Joe Rogan.
Wow.
I mean, I like Joe Rogan, don't get me wrong, but man, I ain't watching 2.5 hours
Yeah,
of
if
fucking
I'm watching
anything.
videos, I'll get to a video. It's like an hour. I'm like, nah.
I don't have
Even if I think it's interesting, I'm like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, that's me. Like, I might genuinely be interested in what they're going to talk about, but I don't have the attention span for that
And
anymore.
it pisses me off when I get on a video, even if it's a short video, and they talk and talk a bunch of.
And we get nowhere.
Fucking bullshit. Thanks for supporting
whatever
me.
is supporting their episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
And it's
just give me the
5 minutes
facts,
in.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That enrages me.
Speaking of that, YouTube and all that.
Oh,
have
okay.
you seen?
I was like,
there's
speaking of what, Joe Rogan?
there's one that's gotten really popular, but
Katt
I guess
Williams,
he's been around
Titanic?
a little over 2 years. The Y Files.
Fuck,
You
that
ought
annoys
to
me.
look that up.
Is that the
That's
dude
pretty?
with the fish?
Yes!
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's the
Goddamn.
dude with the fish.
No, I hate the fish.
The fish is annoying, but
Hey.
He's going to
Oh, I
say
know
it.
who you're
No,
talking
wait a
about.
minute.
Say
No,
it.
well,
Here
I've
it
got to
comes.
say this.
In the little fish bowl.
She hates the fish.
I gathered that.
She's the fucking fish. That fish says the same shit she would say sitting there beside dude listening to that.
Is the fish's name
Am I-
Brandy?
Yes.
Okay,
She's the
maybe,
fish.
but I wouldn't say it in that annoying voice.
Yeah, it is annoying.
Okay.
So you don't hate the fish, you hate the voice.
Right, but the voice,
Makes her hate him.
yeah, like Steve Harvey's big
I was just about to say, like Steve Harvey's smile.
and I'm like, you don't understand.
This makes you sound like a really shallow person.
Look, it is what it is. I don't know why every time Steve Harvey smiles, I want to hit him in the face with
What do
a
you
brick.
What do you mean?
Oh God, But then again, I really hate anybody that smiles like.
Okay, nobody see what you're doing
But it
except
looks
for
like
us.
a death rictus. It looks like
Just
But you're
abnormally
missing
large.
out. I mean, Steve Harvey hosting Family Feud is fucking hilarious.
and
Oh
I
my God, I
enjoy
love
it
watching 'em.
as
Some
long
of
as
those
I'm
clips,
just hearing
I'm
it.
just like, oh my God.
But the minute he looks at the camera and makes that fucking face, I go from 0 to 10.
How many of those episodes you think they record in a week?
Family
Oh,
Feud?
God.
Yeah, Family
I
Feud.
don't know, but don't you know he's like, when he's done, he like goes in his office. He's like, God damn, these dumb motherfuckers.
Well, probably. And
I would. I'd be like,
yeah, no, some of them are
"Ooh, I
bad.
had to be
And
nice
so-
to these stupid fucking people.
so I didn't realize
that he
this.
ain't smiling then.
A lot
Name
of
an animal
entertainers,
that starts
especially
with R. Armadillo.
Kangaroo.
A lot of these entertainers that are in a position like he's in, they don't just do this show. You know, he'll go
Because doesn't he have
take
another?
the show, and then he'll go to a radio talk show to do a guest
What
spot.
Katt
and then go
Williams
do
say?
this.
He had like 12 different.
7.
7 different.
Yeah, and I don't know that I
shows
believe
that
that,
he
but I
did.
mean, I haven't Googled it either. So, but what I was getting to,
I mean, how much was Ryan Seacrest doing at one point?
Yeah,
He
Ryan
had,
Seacrest was doing
like-
every job in Hollywood for a while.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's worth like $500 million
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because that's what that'll get you.
Yeah, well, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, go Ryan.
But he didn't. His style, his personality, his whole thing was very, very different than Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is a comic. He is an energetic guy. Being funny.
well, wasn't Ryan
that-
Seacrest a DJ first?
I don't
Isn't that
know.
where he
No,
started?
I think he was a VJ. I think he worked at like MTV or VH1 or some
okay.
shit like that. But I mean, you can get through that job with a minimal amount of energy. You know, nobody's expecting high energy. They're not expecting you to make them laugh and all of this other shit. And I was wondering how difficult it. Well, actually, I guess I kind of know how difficult it must be to be on.
Well, I
that
think it's
long.
like you said. They're not. First of all, he probably goes in and he probably tapes each section, each 30-minute episode probably takes him 2 hours to tape with all the bullshit. 'Cause
Right.
You know there's some dumb shit going on.
Well, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
but
don't
so they
think-
probably do like, in a 10-hour day, they do 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But I don't think that's exactly what he was talking about. I think he's talking about like Robin Williams. Robin Williams was just on. That was
No,
his
that was,
personality.
Robin Williams was on because he couldn't bear himself if he
Yeah,
wasn't.
I know,
Robin
but I mean
Williams-
that was just his personality.
Well,
No, it wasn't.
no, it wasn't.
That's
Well-
the whole thing. That wasn't his personality. That was his
It was
armor.
mask.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was his
and he actually told somebody, and I don't
It
remember
was his
who,
character.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that he didn't used to be like that, and the fucking cocaine did that to him.
Well,
Oh, really?
I mean, there was a lot of
I hadn't
cocaine.
heard that.
Because whoever was,
Well, and you know that started back like Mork and Mindy.
yeah. And,
I mean-
and I don't remember if it was Dave Chappelle or Matt Damon or it was
Somebody that he had told that.
And after the show, who was it? Dave Chappelle? I don't know. Whoever it was, went in his dressing room after they were done, and he was just there, leaning on his dresser or desk or whatever, holding his head, and he was like, "Man, are you all right?" And that's when he said, I can't remember verbatim, but basically, when he's not on,
he's off.
He's off, and it was all the cocaine that did it.
Well, but I mean,
and I guess I should probably explain what I mean, because some people may not understand what I'm talking about when I say on.
When he was in character.
Well, so like there's this energy when, like
I should say his Robin Williams character,
he
not a
did
character he played on
character in the
TV.
movie,
room
yeah.
he
Yeah.
was ever in that you saw him.
Because if he wasn't Robin Williams, he was depressed.
Yeah. Robin Williams was the persona. The Robin Williams we saw was the persona he built for himself to deal with his mental illness. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, I completely get that to a degree. Not that I would even put myself in the same universe as Robin Williams, but it's when I'm not with people, I'm a very different person. And the energy is very different. And when I'm around people, I feel like I have to be more
Outgoing.
Just more.
Right. Well,
just more.
And that's what I was going to say, so I'm a musician.
Yeah.
And when I get on stage, I turn it on.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I get off stage, it's hard to turn it off.
See, for me, it's not. But
also sometimes, but it's the same thing. Like, when I'm by myself, I'm just a lump most of the time. Mm. And then there's levels of energy expenditure.
Right.
Even when I'm with Amber, there's a certain level that when I'm out in general public, there's a certain level. But when I get on stage, that gets tripled. Yeah. And sometimes it takes a couple drinks to get it turned on.
And I think that was, and I've always been that way. I've always been deeply introspective, but everybody always thought I was this big extrovert. Well, because that's what I put on. That's the mask I put on. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I got into drama and all that I did, because I could literally become somebody else and just like, I'm going to take this off and then put this on.
Yeah, it's the different mask.
Yeah, and
some masks take more energy to put on and take
and then
off.
I think that's why, like, when we go home from here, I've been on for hours. Mm-hmm. So I will have to go in my room and
recharge your battery.
Yeah, just like lose it in a book, because I don't have any more energy to give. And it's not because the people I've been around have been a drain. It's just, it takes a lot. And, I think that's just how some people are. And he had so many, like you said, the drug use obviously altered his brain chemistry permanently.
Yeah. And that's so unfortunate because I wonder if
brilliant.
Oh, hands down, nobody had a bad word to say about him ever.
Well, he was just like this light source that lit up the whole world, and I truly believe the world got darker when he left it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's so sad to think that his own world was so dark.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was just
kidding.
thinking. Like, the man that brought so much joy and laughter and was so whipcord. I'm just fucking smart. Like, just his brain was like, da-da-da. He was, that he was so, in his quiet moments, was so, and I would love, and I would,
somebody else.
I would love to hear what he was like when he was with his wife and his children, but that's theirs, that's private. Yeah. And so I know that we don't deserve that,
right.
But I hope that he found that security. It sounds like it from the things I've read. Do you know, before we move on, when he was doing Mork and Mindy, they had to hire. What are the
I've heard this.
They've had to hire the censors
Translators.
with all that spoke all different languages because
he would slip stuff in different
shit
languages
and pretend like he was speaking
Yeah.
what Ortiz or whatever.
Yeah.
And he would
Slip
slip in
in
like
foreign.
cursing and just raunchy shit.
Oh my God,
in
that's
foreign
so
language.
awesome.
And he was just like sliding under the radar, and then people, I love that his sense of fun was like that.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about talented? Go from Mork and Mindy to something like one of my favorite movies, What Dreams May Come.
That movie,
Oh yeah, wow.
that movie wrecks me.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful, and it's so close.
I can only watch it like once every couple of years.
It's so close to how I feel like maybe the afterlife will be.
Well,
that it really. I have to be in just the right headspace to watch it. I always love it, but sometimes I can't bear it.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
well, and that's another thing. You know, you have all these actors, actresses that, in character in these different movies and shows, they have these iconic lines and stuff that nobody ever forgets. He has so freaking many. I mean, like Mork and Mindy, Nanu Nanu, you know, and all that crap. Good morning, Vietnam. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, you said you wonder what he was like with his wife at home. We saw can't think of his name. Gordon Ramsay.
I love him.
We saw him
I
like
did too.
something when he was at home
Yeah.
around his family. The guy's hilarious.
He's a
Oh, yeah.
teddy bear.
we actually there's
I was shocked.
you know, we got Philo now, and there's
We love Philo.
a channel on there I think called Taste Made, and I think
They play a lot of
might
his
be
different
on
shows.
Sunday. Well, and ones I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I think it was on Sunday all day long, and it was different episodes of him cooking with his different children. Like
wow.
each episode would be with one with his boy, one
Because he's
with
got
his girl.
6
You know,
now.
Wow.
yeah. And it was
latest just
really
born.
cool because I mean, it like some of the stuff he was putting together that wow, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
Well, I really like, because he's like, everybody thinks he's this big green.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
he's
funny
I
and
think he'd be fun to
playful.
be
Oh
around.
yeah,
I really do.
I think he's just a big teddy bear. Now, can he be those things?
Sure.
But I think that's
Can't we all?
that's one of those things he puts on. But he's
What
just
are
a
you
big
doing?
teddy
I
bear.
have loose pieces of little paper in there.
I understand that. I'm getting the pad here. I'll put it back. What?
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
all these loose little cutouts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, he's really funny, and his kids are funny, and like he does things like every Saturday he cooks breakfast in bed for his wife. He's like, she has earned that shit. And
What they say? What Katt Williams say? How many kids he's got? Like
10.
5
Good
boys
Lord.
and 5 girls.
And he
Does he not
adopted.
know where those are coming from?
No,
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 he
no,
adopted
he
them.
adopted
He was a
7.
single.
Oh, really?
He was a
Oh, wow.
single
Really?
father.
I was going to say,
Well,
is he
he
going
is.
for the?
He is a
is.
single father.
What is
yeah.
the? What is the one? Oh my God! And he's got kids with everybody.
Oh, Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't know if
he
he was
just
going
keeps
for the Nick
cream
Cannon.
pieing everybody.
Yeah.
And they, you know, he
I
was
wouldn't walk within 10 feet of that guy if I had a uterus.
he was
I wouldn't
asking
even
him, you
watch a
know,
TV show.
are you ever going to get married? And he's like, well, you know, when I was raising my children, I was cooking and cleaning
have
and
time.
tucking them in and
Yeah.
reading them stories. And he's like, you know, I don't need a wife because I'm doing all the
Yeah.
wife things and the dad things. And he said he's not against it, but
That's cool though.
yeah.
That
I
he
thought that was
adopted
real
10
cool.
kids and on his own, and I mean, that's pretty. Because I was reading when I was reading about this interview he did. He talked about like, you know, how he was homeless as a young person, and it's cool that he wants to make that not happen for people. You know, like
Yeah, he said when he got the role on, what was it, Friday?
Friday After Next.
That was his first one?
That was the role that he talked about. I don't know if that was his first.
Well, whatever the first one was, it may have been. You know, him and his wife having a hard time, and they were living the trailer that was on the lot. Like, he would leave after shooting.
We'd go back.
And then they would just kind of come back
Circle
around.
back.
And they, that's where they were living.
Wow.
He was like, this is our shot. We have to give it everything.
We got. Like, I respect that kind of hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what you writing over there?
Hashtags.
All right, Brandon, what did you want to talk about? Because I think he's done.
here's the thing.
No, I'm not done.
Steve Harvey, if you're
I'm
out
listening.
there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you enraged me. You seem like a nice guy, and I can enjoy you as long as it's audio only.
And she'll still be envisioning your face.
She'd listen to you while she punches a Mr. Potato Head doll in the mouth.
I'm pretty sure he's probably heard the Mr. Potato Head thing before.
I don't know. It's that, I think because he smiles so big, it seems very disingenuous to me. Mm-hmm. And so.
But I definitely don't think he is that.
Oh, I'm not saying that,
Some of
because
the
everything
stuff
I've
I've
heard
seen,
about him
he's
seems like
very-
he's
yeah.
a great man.
I mean, did
he's
you
been
see
married to his wife forever, and,
Well, and I don't remember what show it was, but they were they actually brought the people on there. But there was a couple when he was young.
Oh, yeah,
like
that helped him
19,
out.
That helped him out. And,
Yeah, I saw that.
He started bawling.
Oh, really?
When they
Yeah,
brought
well,
him
because
on
he'd been
there.
looking for him.
And he
And
didn't know
they
how
had
to get a hold
moved.
of him. And
That's
they had
what it
moved,
was.
and yeah,
Oh, how cool.
and
That sounds pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that clip. It was cool.
All right, well, what else you got on Katt Williams?
Man, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes of
Well, hit us with
nonstop.
something.
Oh my god.
Like, when we were talking about this, I'm like, God, I can't remember everybody you named or what he said about him.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, hell, I can pull the article up and I can give you some rundowns. I'll be glad to. Okay, so I'm just going to go down the list here, and we've already touched on one. Okay, he gives Kevin Hart both barrels. He said, in 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of a sold-out Kevin Hart show. There ever being a line for him, getting a standing ovation. He already had his deals when he got here.
I think it's important to be. All right, so here's the thing. Katt Williams, and you see this a lot with people with really high IQs, he bounces around, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss what he's saying. What he's talking about is at shit like the Comedy Store and the Laugh Factory and shit like that.
Where comics are made and come up.
Right.
Yeah.
There's plenty of evidence of Kevin Hart selling out arenas.
Oh, yeah. No,
So-
he's saying,
After the
and I
fact.
hadn't
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
that
yeah.
part, but he was like, he basically came here and already had his deals in place.
Because
You know.
Kevin Hart came up on the East Coast, I believe.
Yeah. And he's talking about maybe being a plant.
Yeah, he said something about him being a plant.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what a plant means, but I don't know, like, what's he, like, planted for.
He didn't really go over that. He just said don't you know he's a plant or something like
He
that.
said they
I-
tell you there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same person open the gate. Didn't he let Tiffany Haddish in? What do you mean ain't no gatekeepers? There's 100 gates out there. Everyone I seen got a keeper. Like, I don't know what that means.
Basically, he's saying only certain people get.
You got to make the deal.
Yeah.
With the
And then-
devil.
yeah.
Yeah.
People we don't speak about.
I mean,
I
think
think
about
it's important to, after we've said this, to give Hart's respond. He said, got to get that anger up out you, champ. It's honestly sad. So Kevin's like, oh, fuck you. And then Cedric the Entertainer. This is rude as fuck, man. Cedric's sitting here telling you why you ain't a movie star. He over here looking like a walrus.
Yeah, that was cold.
Yeah. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why am I not a movie star?
He was like this.
Yeah,
on the
yeah, I
couch.
can see him. Yeah. So, yeah, he says he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the entertainer. Turns out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes.
Yeah, that's kind of a bitch.
That's rude as hell.
Damn. So I mean, think about
Sometimes it's
how
just
many
people you know.
Yeah.
think about how many singers can actually sing.
Oh, you should. Oh, I saw a clip of a couple of these ready-made rappers.
Yeah.
Without auto-tune. Oh,
Yeah,
that was
it's
bad.
horrible.
That was
Yeah.
nasty.
Yep.
He's had a lot to say about Kanye West. I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and hold them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve?
Okay, he wasn't actually he wasn't shitting on Kanye.
No, I
right
know
there.
he isn't.
He was shitting on everybody that called
watches
Kanye crazy, and then
Yeah,
says,
wait till you hear about what he said about his wife.
Well, I
he
mean,
called her a
Kanye,
whore, but
get
everybody
there.
knew she was
but
a whore.
Kanye is crazy. Kanye thinks he's God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but then why would you label someone as crazy, and then instead of trying to help them, just watch them like, you know?
Well, but I think
Yeah.
I think the point, the Kanye's so big, he won't let anybody get close enough to help him. And I mean, I
think he's been
understand what he's
replaced.
saying.
Have you seen him lately? I think he's been replaced.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh,
Well, no, the new Kanye is taller, different jawline. It's a whole thing. Kanye 2.0.
It is, and I'm not talking about the shoulder pads he wears under his shirts now.
No. That's a different guy.
Just saying, look into it.
You can side eye Ross all you want. I'm telling you, I've seen the fucking
Has Ross
pictures,
said the same
and it's a
thing?
different guy.
No, we're side-eyeing us y'all together. Right now.
No, he's
okay.
gonna look it up. I can guarantee
Ooh,
you.
look, they drank the Kool-Aid. And then he's saying he married a whore,
He did.
and I married her
Well, yeah,
because
he
she was a
did.
whore.
Okay, everybody knew Kim Kardashian was a whore. She was a whore then. She's a whore now. Ooh, another hashtag.
And then they said, apparently, that's...
Whore then, whore now.
If what I'm saying is not
That
correct,
wasn't
how
what
she
I
ended
was
up with Pete
thinking.
Davidson? What's Pete got to do for it?
That motherfucker must have a
Pete
dick the size of
Davidson?
Long Island because he is ugly as shit.
Oh, he is the
Well, that's
ugliest
like the
motherfucker.
damn lead singer for Counting Crows.
Oh, that
Oh,
dude
yeah.
has
What
pulled
the
down some.
hell?
Dude, that motherfucker's
That's a
fucked like-
weird looking dude with
Dude,
a
that-
mop for a hairdo.
Dude, that guy has fucked like 1,000 chicks.
Yeah,
And it's like it's not like
like all of them.
like their concerts are just nonstop energy, getting you in revved up and in the mood. They singing Mr.
Their
Jones.
clothes,
and then
he starts
shitting
singing,
on
their
people in
clothes
the back.
just fly off
Yeah.
or something. I don't know what the fuck.
Panties just melt.
Yeah, it's like, man, I don't know. I guess I picked the wrong genre. I
Well,
don't know.
Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. Don't you remember talking about Fat Elvis?
I don't know.
No, I
Ricky
don't.
Smiley is.
Talking about dude
Somebody that was
fat,
on Friday.
couldn't sing no more, and they were still dropping their panties for it.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking about here, but he's talking about why he play more women than men, and he can't cuss in movies because he has a Christian fan base. Did he wear a dress? I don't know what he's talking about.
He's talking about what's his name? Smiley.
Ricky Smiley.
Ricky Smiley.
But who in the fuck is Ricky Smiley?
There's some
He was
fucking
on Friday.
comedian that he played the Santa Claus on Friday After Next, but apparently he was on the Shannon Sharp show talking about that he was actually supposed to play Katt Williams' role of Money Mike. Well, Ricky Smiley, because I saw his rebuttal, turns out he auditioned for the role.
Oh.
No.
He was never supposed to play the role. He didn't get offered the job.
You know, a lot
Yeah.
of people say shit like that. I did this when
Oh,
they
come
just...
on.
What?
We know someone.
I know, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of
Like,
people out there that like,
I was the
I
lead
did
singer for
this.
Journey.
yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah, well, but with Ricky Smiley,
We know several people, actually.
with Ricky Smiley, it wasn't even that close because the guy who you're talking about,
He actually was for like 5 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
well,
Probably
he
5
signed
seconds.
he signed the contract,
But he never
and got
performed.
the advance, and then went and OD'd on heroin that
overdosed.
night.
But
so
that's
he
the thing.
never
You can't
practiced.
say
with
I
them.
was the lead singer of Journey like that.
Well, no, they've sent
That
him.
came out and we're like,
They sent him
no, you
cease
weren't.
and desist
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah, I was the lead singer of Guns N' Roses. You know?
I mean, he was for like 5 minutes.
He never
but
performed with them.
you can't say you're the lead singer of a band that's been around for decades. And people can look anything up and never see your face.
Well, and not only, and then to make a whole career
Yeah.
out of singing their songs at churches with your belly hanging out, thrusting your fist in the air. Don't stop. It's just, it's a fucking travesty.
It was so uncomfortable.
It was, so, and then he would make that weird eye contact.
And people were just like, yay! We're over
Remember
here
that
like-
one that we were talking about dancing in the aisle?
We're just sitting there
She was
like,
doing the
these people have lost their mind.
she was doing the
Yeah.
Courtney Cox shuffle.
Yeah.
From Dancing in the Dark.
That's the Carlton.
Watch Dancing in the Dark and you'll know what I'm talking about.
I know.
She did that.
Speaking of Carlton, did you know DJ Jesse Jeff is going to be at Simmons Bank Arena sometime this year?
I heard that.
Okay. Okay. Now, apparently he don't like Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker that we have now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know if he did, if he went
Smokey
went there a lot
from Friday.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he went there a lot or.
You know what? Well, let's not get into that right now.
Chris Tucker didn't want to be this poster child for smoking weed. He didn't smoke weed like that. He the church. He and Michael Jackson was best friends. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever know a man that gave you a nickname like that? I don't know a motherfucking thing about what this man is saying. He just saying those are certainly all words.
No, all right. So Chris Tucker in one of his stand-up specials, it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure. He said that he was when he met Michael Jackson for the first time. He said Michael Jackson was like, "Your name sounds like Christmas. I'm gonna call you Christmas."
Yeah, so he called him Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to talk to me. It's Michael Jackson from here on out.
I'm not gonna do it.
That was the best thing I've heard all week.
Okay, if everybody
that's
wants
what
to
he's
hear
talking
Chris do the Michael Jackson voice for a whole entire episode, you need to write in.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
make that happen if you can give us enough views. I tell you what.
Let me tell you what. If this thing gets 1,000 downloads, I'll do it.
All right.
Bet your ass.
You've heard it here, guys.
I'm gonna have to rest my voice for a week beforehand.
Short episode.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
to
it's
give
gonna be
it
like-
some real tight britches.
It's gonna sound like a commercial. Like 30 seconds long.
Good night. Welcome back to Coffee
I
and
just gave
Candy.
Michael Jackson a southern accent.
Michael Jackson from Georgia.
And when I hear that, all I can
Georgia.
think is howdy ho.
Oh my god.
That's another one, Mr. Hanky.
Then he said, I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talk about Michael Jackson, when I talk about R. Kelly, piss. I can't hear the man's name without doing that.
Not really, no.
They canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side, and we don't care nothing about the other side, period. All these, I'm going to start, this phrase is now mine. All these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Any of them.
He
all
is actually a
lies will be
televangelist,
exposed.
I believe.
Oh,
TD Jakes.
that makes sense. Now, okay, Wanda Smith, because I'm thinking,
Wanda, okay.
I'm thinking Wanda Sykes.
No, Wanda Sykes is awesome.
Yeah.
Wanda Smith is a female radio host
Okay.
on
Because Wanda
their-
Sykes is the one with like the spiky hair that has a kind of weird voice, but she will
Oh,
say
got all
some
kinds of
Yeah.
energy and
Comedian.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wanda Sykes is
She
fucking
will-
awesome. Wanda Sykes was on Crank Yankers.
She
Yeah.
will slit you a new one. She
yeah,
knows.
she funny as
A
shit. Oh my god.
grown man
That's
shit in my
That
That is a
backseat.
400-pound man's turd in the backseat of my car. Little kids are running away from it. But Wanda Smith is a radio co-host, on W something in Atlanta.
Okay.
And Katt Williams was on there for he was supposed to be talking about
She called
whatever
him gay.
whatever.
Who?
I'm reading about Wanda Smith called him gay on this radio thing, like as an insult.
He was supposed to be on there to talk about this award that he had won, like in Atlanta or for Atlanta or some shit like that. And she,
Is he from Atlanta or?
no, he's from Ohio. She didn't talk about that at all and just started attacking him.
On that?
Yeah, I've seen I saw the video and
Yeah.
Kat lets her go for about 30 seconds, and then he takes the gloves off and just rips her ass up.
Well, it sounds
talking
like-
about she wearing $8.99 worth of jewelry. He said, "Listen, people of Atlanta, if you want the same outfit that she's got on, you can go down to the Circle K,
Oh,
and
damn.
it's free with a big gulp and shit like that." It was tore her ass
But
up.
I'm not trying
for
to offend
8
black
straight
women
minutes.
with short hair and heavyset women. So apparently she wears her hair short and she's chunky.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're gonna attack somebody like that
then
you
you gotta
know is
expect
quick on their
getting it back.
feet, you got
Yeah.
you got to be prepared for that.
He didn't give her anything she didn't have coming to her.
Well, her calling him gay as a slur.
Well, her.
I mean, that's his take on it. That she called him gay as a slur.
Well, yeah, but if you watch the video, when it picks up, I mean, she is just going after, making these little shitty side comments.
Wow.
Yeah, just the whole thing, and he starts in on her.
Faison Love.
Okay, you may not know who that is.
I don't.
He is the black doctor on Scrubs.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yep. Because we had to
Okay.
look it up.
Okay, yeah. Now I know who that is now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Blackson. Most comedians don't get booed enough. That's how you end up with Michael Blackson, who's a real African doing a fake African accent.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow. It says, if you're the African king of comedy, sir, there are actual comedians in Africa doing comedy. Whoo.
Well, I mean, Trevor Noah's African.
Yeah. South
Oh,
African.
yeah, he's South
Yeah.
African. Yeah. And he's actually kind of funny.
I love him. He's funny as fuck.
His first special was a lot funnier than. I like it better when he stays out of the political shit.
Well, I like them all better when they stay out of the
Yeah. But like when he was still living in South Africa, in Johannesburg, I think, and he would fly out to do his comedy specials and shit. Hilarious. Oh my
I read
God.
his biography, Born a Crime. Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting, and like hearing how he came up, and like literally his conception was a crime.
Yeah, because his mom is Tosi, African, and his dad is white. Swiss. Mm-hmm. So it was funny. He said, because you know how the Swiss love their chocolate. Yeah.
Damn, that's funny.
That's awesome.
Someone said, I remember seeing Cedric in Vegas. He told 4 jokes, started talking about church, and then sang 2 gospel songs, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
I'd be pissed.
I'd be moderately
My money
irritated because
back.
that was probably $100 ticket for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Be like, I am not entertained, sir.
No. Dang.
See that's something that Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams both said, you know, and that a lot of these guys they don't get. They're like, you're paying your money that you worked for to come be entertained by me. It's my responsibility
Yeah.
Right.
to entertain you.
Yeah.
And you come out and you sing a couple, 2 songs and tell 4 jokes and, shake your belly at everybody and then leave. That's some bullshit.
Yeah. People
I'd be
pay their
pissed
hard-earned
about that.
money for
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those tickets aren't cheap.
Ludicrous. Now, I'm not sure what he's talking about here. There was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us. We were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other turned out to be Katt Williams. Update. On January 4th, Ludacris responded to Williams in a video freestyle he posted on Twitter. In it, he rapped that he's never been Illuminati and said, addiction's on the rise, comedians check your temperature. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and Katt Williams brought up an interesting point because everybody always says, oh, he's on drugs and blah, blah, blah. How come there ain't a single fucking story about no motherfucker selling him drugs, doing drugs with him, or seeing him high?
doing drugs.
He said, if it ain't nicotine or weed, I don't touch it. And that's an interesting take because you would think that if he was in fact on any kind of hard drug,
Well,
there would be a video, there would be a story,
Well,
there'd be
but,
some
I mean,
motherfucker
he
saying,
didn't say
I sold
what
him
kind
that
of
shit on
drugs
the corner. Or
he implies
or
he's
whatever.
on. It could be weed. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
and now he's talking about Martin Lawrence, and I still don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Martin tried to put me in my first dress when he had to go on his...
I'll tell you what he's talking about. So Katt
Well,
Williams...
let her finish
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
sentence.
Yep. Go ahead.
When he had to go on his hiatus, he'll tell me, Kat, when I come back, I need you. To my young partner, you're my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. We're going to do it together. We're going to do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my motherfucking word, my man. Go do what you got to do. He didn't say man.
Yeah.
When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office in this full big mama house too. I almost died, and I got to read the script in front of all these good white people where this man want me to get in a dress with him.
Okay, so here's the deal. There is, and it's not really a conspiracy, but it is a theory that for black comedians to make it in the movie business, at some point they have to wear a dress. Emasculation,
right?
That type of thing.
I'm just trying to think about all the black comedian comics I know, and have I seen them in a dress?
Well, here's two that you haven't: Dave Chappelle and Katt Williams. And even Kevin Hart was like, "I ain't wearing no dress," blah blah blah, and then
put on a dress.
And then on Saturday Night Live, here he comes out wearing a dress. So, but that's what he's talking about.
Okay. So then Martin tried to put the dress on him.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Taraji P. Henson. It's the saddest thing ever, because imagine being in your genre, in your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being on the very top of your lane to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we gonna give this to. Imagine you being at that point and having to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all, and they're not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they pay the new girl, and I've been suffering under it for a decade and just taking it. I just been getting whooped, but I just got to come say this is wrong. We should be ashamed. But this is a country where we don't pay the teachers and we say the kids is the most important thing. You can't have both. This is what period of time we're in. It's a period where the victims get to say they've been hurt me for a long time and it just ain't nothing. So apparently he thinks Taraji P. Henson's being done wrong. She was. Like, I don't know anything about her. Well, I mean, I know her name.
Yeah, well, she's a black actress.
Yeah.
She's been on a ton of stuff.
Yeah, she's been on she's been in a lot of stuff.
Metric shit ton of movies.
Yeah. Apparently she's not getting commensurate pay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not right.
And she let it out. Apparently, was crying and shit like that.
I mean, that's not cool.
No, it's absolutely not.
So yeah, he put it out there.
Yeah, and he said when he talked about the whole virgin asshole and you got to tell P Diddy no and all that. He swears that he has receipts for all of this. So it's like, man,
I guess we're gonna see, ain't we?
Because everybody said what they're saying as a rebuttal, but nobody said he lied.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Who said that what he said was wrong?
Joe Rogan said, I ain't got nothing against him. I like the man. And he had said...
about not having him on his podcast.
Yeah, because he was afraid to have him on there, and he was like, no.
I think that was kind of an off-the-cuff thing.
You're welcome to come, and...
I would like to see... I would watch that. I would watch that 2-hour or 3-hour show.
Kevin Hart said they don't... Like, I don't like... Basically, you're full of shit. Who else? I'm skimming as fast as I can.
Yeah.
I don't, because like some of the stuff I still, after reading this, don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, like what? Because
like he's talking about I don't want to get with no white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors. What the?
Oh,
no.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Got with a white chick, and 2 weeks later, he's in jail.
Yeah.
Who's Kang the Conqueror?
Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that guy.
Wow.
But if he did get in jail stuff, what's a white woman got to do with it?
Because it was a white woman.
Because it was a white woman.
He said he's scared of white women.
Yeah, he said he's scared of white women.
Don't be raping.
I don't think he was raping that one. I think he was beating the living shit out of her.
I think he was beaten.
Well, okay, don't rape or beat. I mean, both of those are bad things.
No, I get that.
Yeah, I don't understand. If he was beating her, then he... Like, what's the problem?
That's not got to do with the white women. He was actually doing a crime.
Yeah, I don't really
Y'all be crazy.
I don't know if
I will own that because the two white women in this room
are crazy.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, in a fun way, yeah.
I punch back though.
Yeah. Yeah, I fight back. Like, I'll bite you and shit. I don't care.
But I don't know if maybe Katt was trying to insinuate that that white woman was working
shit.
for someone.
Oh, like to take him down or something?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that's kind of a... Like, when you've got proof that somebody's doing a crime, I think that's pretty shitty to say that, because then that, you know... I mean, you can't go to jail if you didn't... Like, and I'm not saying, like, obviously people go to jail that are innocent, but at that... When you've got that kind of money, you can... like, what was that? Danny Masterson.
Well, and he was convicted on 2 of 4
right.
counts. So.
Like, see... When you've got Hollywood money and you've been accused of like sexual assault or battery, or
I'm really shocked they put him in prison.
Yeah, you have the money to defend yourself adequately. It's not like if one of us, you know.
Speaking of that too, that's a crazy thing, because this accusation about him has been floating around for a little while.
Danny Masterson?
No,
Kane.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. But Disney, Marvel, whatever, just let it sit there for the longest time until they finally, literally the freaking day they came back with a guilty verdict.
They're like,
bye, you're done, out of here.
Well,
I think that's good. I think that's good,
I mean,
though.
I actually think that's better.
But on the other hand, look at Johnny Depp.
Oh, they
The
crucified
second
him.
there was any kind of hint of anything going on, they dropped him.
And I think that's why they did that, because we're like, we're not going to do the whole Johnny Depp thing.
Right.
And
That was wrong.
but
I'm
also,
surprised that they haven't had to pay some
Oh, I figure they will at some point.
Well, I guarantee you they'll never make another damn Pirates of the Caribbean movie that'll do as good as the ones did with him in it.
But here's the thing.
And he
also,
said he won't come back.
Also, keep in mind that Disney is hyper woke, and at the time, it was really trendy to hate white guys. You can go back and look. I'm telling you, that's the God's honest truth. So the second that he got any kind of accusation, they were like, "Ooh, sorry, fucker." Yeah.
Which is insane when you think the level of stardom he has attained.
How much money has he made them?
Right. You would think he would be
every one of
just
the
about
Pirates
untouchable.
movies made over $1 billion.
Well, and it's not just Pirates. Look at all the other franchises. Like, you know, one of the most bankable stars of our lifetime.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You know? And so, no, I don't have a problem with what they did with this guy. Like, they waited until there was something actionable, not just that should have been
hearsay.
Right. Hearsay should never be enough to destroy somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that happens all the time, but there should be, like, that's what our court system is here for. So, you know.
Sorry, I just laugh because of all the times they said hearsay during the trial.
Oh my God, that was like hearsay.
Oh God, did you ever see the Jason Momoa testimony?
No.
Yes, I remember.
It was over video.
Part of it.
Like
I remember he was over video.
Oh, is that the one where he just walked off?
Well, that too. But I mean, he looks like he's in his pajamas. He's been drinking.
Nice.
Just
He's
laid
like,
back,
yeah, man, it was cool, dude.
I don't know. I know you're going to say that I have a fucking crush on all men, but
You do.
You do.
No, I don't really. I'm actually, but Jason
Okay,
Momoa.
99%.
No, trust me when I tell you. But Jason Momoa, that is a sexy motherfucker, and he's just.
It really is disgusting. He is.
He's just such a bro. Like he just seems like he would
Like
be
just real laid back and
just
chill.
so much fun to hang around with. Like and just. Whew, the gods smiled on that man. And they smile on us every time he wears those little breeches.
You know what? He's one of those. I've seen pictures of him when he was younger.
He gets finer as he gets older.
Yeah, like when he was younger, he was almost kind of like one of those pretty boys.
Yeah, and
which
I'm
is
not.
just
Yeah,
gross.
But you know, I always forget his name. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's like that. Like when you look, because somebody put a TikTok up showing him like as age progression, and he really wasn't fine to me till he hit about 45. And then it's like, hello, daddy. What
Speaking of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, we have a friend that just got through filming a movie with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And he's like,
and
I'm on
this
IMDb
is like his.
with
He's
him.
been in a bunch of stuff,
but he's been like
the movie
real
Arkansas
parts.
with Liam Hemsworth. He was in that. It was just a bit part. He was like
it was just like a walk on. So he sold drugs.
He is actually a named character in the movie. This is like his big.
Which
he's
is
like,
pretty
cool.
You know.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah. I hope it's like first of many for him.
Yeah, because he's a great guy.
He is. He's just a real. He's like.
And the thing is, he's a monster. Well, actually, that's kind of funny because he loves horror. So a lot of stuff he's done has been like the monster in horror movies and stuff.
Nice.
But he's really this
he is like this
bear.
big freaking. I mean, he is huge.
Well, he's not as huge as he was because he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, but
he's just a big dude. He's like he's a. Well, we met him when he was working as a bouncer.
Yeah,
and like he looks like a bouncer, like the kind of guy you don't want to fuck with, and. That was actually, we were at a Blue October show, and he was the bouncer for the venue at the Soul Kitchen in Mobile, Alabama. And they had, because of my being disabled, they wanted me in before the crowd came in so that I wouldn't get jostled and stuff. And so they basically said, here's your bouncer for the evening.
Oh, that's cool.
And he pretty much stood like from here, 5 minutes away.
He's
or 5
elbowing
foot away
everybody.
from me the whole night. And so we were in there before all the other people came in. So we had like 2 or 3 hours to sit and talk. Wow. And by the time it was over, we were just fast friends. And he was just... So he's got this, he's scary looking. You know how Casey just looks kind of mean, even though he's not.
but he's like 3 times the size of Casey.
And no, he's
Good
not.
Lord.
And,
he's big.
He is not. And
Because Casey like 6'4".
yeah, Casey a big boy. And so yeah, he's real scary looking, and we're like, hugging it out. And he's just a real teddy bear of a guy. Like, he's a recovery advocate. He's worked in sober living houses to help people trying to turn their lives around. And he's just a super, super cool dude. And so I hope this is his big break because he deserves it really a lot.
Yeah,
And,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah. It's cool to see people like that are good people have good things happen to them, because so often it's the people who are not seem to get blessed. But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Well, we're over an hour, so is that
yeah, I'm done.
Yup.
okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.